You were cooking in the kitchen when Jungkook hugged you from behind. Jungkook, what are you doing? What will our children think of us if they see us? Okay, let me go. I have to prepare dinner. How many times have I told you not to come to the kitchen? Then why do you come? We already have chefs. They will make. Jungkook speaks a little angrily. I come to the kitchen sometimes and still you are scolding me. Pout. You hurt your hand the last time you came into the kitchen, yet you are still arguing with me. You are so bad. You are always scolding me. Saying this, you push Jungkook away from you and start going out of the kitchen. When Jungkook holds your hand and hugs you, sorry, don't get angry now. I don't want to talk to you. Wifey, please forgive your innocent husband. I'll forgive you if you let me cook. Okay. Really, you speak excitedly. Yes, but I will also cook with you. Hearing this from Jungkook, your happiness disappears in a second. Even at this age, you are talking like this. What do you mean by age? You are 52. It does not suit you to be so romantic. You are calling me old? Yes, Mr. Jungkook. Tease. Let me show you how young I still am. Jungkook was feeding you dinner with his hands when your son came down the stairs, so you call him. What happened, mom? Why did you call me? Jungsu is the son of both of you. He is 26 years old. He also has a cold personality like Jungkook. Where are you going so late at night? I have a meeting. I'm going there. You have just got married and you are leaving your wife and going to the meeting so late at night? You scold Jungsu. Mom, there is an important meeting. I need to go. You are not going anywhere. Mom, but there's an important meeting. I can't skip. Daniel will attend the meeting. It is not necessary for you to attend the meeting. Jungkook speaks in his cold voice. Okay, Dad. Now you have dinner. Now don't pay attention to others and have your dinner. He speaks in his magnetic voice. Jungkook said this softly so Jungsu could not hear it. Hearing this, your cheeks turned red. Mom, are you sick? Arya comes near the dining table and says, your cheeks turned red after hearing Arya say this, but Jungkook does not mind. When Jungsu heard what Arya said, he looked at Arya. Arya, Dad feeds mom with his own hands every day. Jessie speaks, sitting at the dining table. Jessie is your and Jungkook's daughter. She is 23 years old and she is a writer. Is there some problem with mom's hand? No, my dad loves my mom very much and he is very romantic. He feeds mom with his own hands, not unromantic like your husband who goes to office on the second day of marriage. She says this while looking at Jungsu. Hearing this, Jungsu started staring at her. It means dad loves mom very much. Yes, She speaks with a proud smile. Did mom and dad have a love marriage? I don't even know this. We had an arranged marriage. Jungkook, who was busy feeding you dinner, speaks in his cold voice. Really, Dad? Yes, I thought you both would have had a love marriage. I thought so too. Well, Dad, you never told the love story of you two. Tell me today. I want to know how you two got married and fell in love with each other. Your mother came into my life 20 years ago. While speaking this, Jungkook starts remembering old things. Everyone starts listening attentively to Jungkook. Where is your boss? You asked a servant. Madam, boss is in the study room. Hearing this, you go towards the study room. When you opened the door to the study and walked in, Jungkook was working on his laptop with a serious expression. Jungkook, I need to talk to you about something very important. I am busy right now. We'll talk later. Whatever you want to talk about. Jungkook speaks without taking his eyes off the laptop. But I want to talk now. We will talk later. I said I want to talk to right now. Saying this, you close Jungkook's laptop. Seeing your reaction, Jungkook's eyes turn red with anger. When you see Jungkook's red eyes, you get scared, but you did not let it be known to Jungkook. I told you we'll talk later. Then how dare you turn off my laptop? He said in his cold voice while staring at you. I want a divorce. You speak looking into Jungkook's eyes. Hearing this from you, Jungkook's heart starts beating faster. Okay, get ready tomorrow. We'll get divorced tomorrow. Saying this, he turns on his laptop and starts working. You feel sad to hear this from Jungkook, but you don't let any expression show in front of Jungkook and go out of the study room. Seeing you leave, Jungkook looks at you once and then gets busy with his work. Jeon Jungkook is a business tycoon to the world, but in the underworld, he is a cold, heartless, dangerous mafia king with no mercy in his heart. He is an emotionless person who has no such thing as love in his heart, nor does he believe in love. Jungkook has a big family, but he did not talk much to his family, nor did he live with them. He liked living alone, so he bought a villa and started living alone. He also did not like that his family came to meet him in the villa, due to which his family did not visit him. His family was worried about his cold behavior. Because Jungkook lived far away from everyone, his family decided that they would marry him off, which would give him a life partner. His family pressured him to marry. He agreed to marry you. You also happily married Jungkook because you loved him since childhood. But after marriage, Jungkook never gave you the right to be his wife. He did not misbehave with you, but he also did not treat you like his wife, which hurt you. But you did not want to break your own marriage, which is why you try to fix your marriage so that Jungkook accepts you as his wife. But even after 6 months, Jungkook's behavior towards you did not change, so you decided to leave him. There were tears in your eyes while saying this. Actually, you thought that he would refuse to divorce, but when he did not do so, you felt sad. Jungkook and you were sitting in the lawyer's cabin. Mr. Jungkook, you both have been married for only 6 months. You both can divorce each other only after 1 year of marriage. You become worried after hearing these words of the lawyers. Is not there any other solution? Sorry, Mrs. Jeon. If I had a solution, I would have told you earlier. On one side, you were sitting worried, and on the other side, Jungkook was sitting with his cold expression. I convinced myself with so much difficulty to get a divorce, but divorce cannot happen. You were just thinking this when you heard Jungkook's cold voice. You will get divorced after 6 months. Don't worry too much. Your heart hurts when you hear Jungkook say this. But you don't let any emotion show on your face. No problem. We will get divorced after 6 months. You speak with a forced smile. Let's go. Jungkook stands up from his chair and places his hand on his pants pocket and walks out of the cabin. As you came out of the lawyer's office, you saw Jungkook standing near the car with his bodyguards standing around him. You have not gone yet? I was waiting for you. Let's go to the office together. You feel happy when you hear this. I should not harbor false hopes again. It will hurt me later. No problem, I will go with the driver. You came here with me from the villa. So what's the problem in going to the office with me? No one in the company knows that you are my husband. If I go to the company with you in your car, then everyone will judge me. You say this with great fear. No one will judge you. Get in the car. Jungkook speaks in his cold voice and gets into the car. Now that I've made up my mind to leave him, why does he want to get close to me? Get in the car. Jungkook's voice was so cold that you get scared and get into the car. As soon as you get into the car, all the bodyguards also sit in their own cars and then all the cars leave from there. After some time, Jungkook's car stops outside a big building and Jungkook comes out of the car with his cold personality. And you also come out from the other side of the car. Come with me. But Jungkook stares at you, so you go inside the company with Jungkook. As soon as you go inside the company, everyone starts looking at you because you are walking beside Jungkook, matching his steps. Seeing you, everyone staring at you, you lower your eyes. When Jungkook sees you lower your eyes, he glares at everyone, which caused them to look away from both of you because they all know Jungkook's temper. Then you both take Jungkook's private elevator to the 56th floor. This elevator is only used by Jungkook and his assistant Daniel. But today all the employees are jealous of you when they see you doing it. Actually, to be closer to Jungkook after marriage, you left your father's company and started working as Jungkook's secretary. But it was of no use. When I have decided to leave him, I should stay away from him as much as possible. Otherwise, I will feel very sad later. Thinking you take your eyes away from Jungkook, it should be like I said. Saying this, he disconnected the call. As Jungkook turns back after ending the call, his eyes fall on you. His heart skips a beat as soon as he sees you. Did you take a bath? Yes, now you can go take a bath. Hearing this, Jungkook takes one look at you and goes to the washroom. At 12 o'clock in the night, when Jungkook comes from the study room after doing his work, he sees you sleeping. He closes the door and goes to sleep next to you. He had just slept when he felt something heavy on his chest. When he opened his eyes, he saw that you were sleeping comfortably with your head on his chest. Actually, you used to sleep with your head on Jungkook's chest every night, which used to upset Jungkook, but he never told you about it. Why don't you love me when I love you so much? You were mumbling. In your sleep, Jungkook starts looking at you after hearing this. It's not right for me to have close to you, he says while looking at you. As you wake up, you find yourself in Jungkook's arms. Seeing this, you get up in panic. This wakes up Jungkook. Sorry, I don't know how I was sleeping so close to you. Your cheeks turn red while saying this. Before Jungkook can say anything to you, his phone starts ringing. So he picks up his phone and starts talking. When he ended the call, he looked at you and saw that you had already gone to the washroom. Daniel comes to the cabin while Jungkook was working in his cabin. Boss, all the preparations for the today's party are done. Okay, actually Jungkook's company has become the number one company in Asia, due to which Jungkook has organized a party. You are sitting and talking another secretary when a man comes to you. Hey Wayan, will you dance with me? Mr. Lee is Jungkook's business partner. He saw you when he once came to the Jungkook's company. He fell in love with you as soon as he saw you. When go dance with Mr. Lee. After all, he is our boss's business partner. It would not be good to refuse him. One of your colleagues whispered in your ears. You did not want to dance with Mr. Lee, but you said yes to dancing with him. Jungkook was talking to his business partner. Mr. Jungkook, looks like Mr. Lee likes your secretary. Hearing this, Jungkook clenches his fist. What do you mean? Looks how Mr. Lee is doing a couple dance with your secretary. When Jungkook saw you doing the pair dance with Mr. Lee, his eyes turned red with anger. How can she dance with someone else? Thinking this, Jungkook comes closer to you and he snatches you from Mr. Lee and starts dancing himself. Everyone gets surprised to see this action of Jungkook because Jungkook never danced with anyone. What happened? Just shut up and dance with me. Jungkook said this angrily. So you don't dare say anything else. Mr. Lee sees you dancing with Jungkook. He does not like it, but he walks away without saying anything. As soon as you came back from the washroom after taking bath, you saw that Jungkook was not in the room. Don't know why Jungkook was acting so strange today. Thinking this, you start drying your hair. Jungkook comes into the room at 1 o'clock in the night. He was drunk, due to which he was not able to walk properly. I don't want to get close to you. Then I see you with someone else. So why does it pain here? He points at his heart and speaks. Actually, Jungkook did not want to get close to you because he did not want to make you his weakness. Tell me why it hurts here. He was asking while looking at you, but you were sleeping. You are sleeping, then how will you answer my question? Saying this, he starts looking at you. He does not even realize when he falls asleep while looking at you. Jungkook had been ignoring you since morning, which made you feel bad, but you never once asked Jungkook why he was ignoring you. May I come in, sir? Come in. Jungkook speaks in his cold voice. Sir, you have an important meeting right now. Okay. Jungkook speaks without looking at you. Seeing this, you feel sad, but you control your emotions. Everyone was waiting for Jungkook in the meeting room. Mr. Lee was also in the meeting room. Then you come to the meeting room with Jungkook. Everyone stands up when they see Jungkook coming. When Mr. Lee sees you, a smile appears on his face. Seeing this, Jungkook clenches his fist in anger. Mr. Jungkook, congratulations. Your company has become the #1 company in Asia. A man congratulates Jungkook, but Jungkook does not respond and goes to his seat. Start the meeting. Jungkook speaks in a very cold voice, which scares everyone present at the meeting. And the meeting starts, and a man starts giving a presentation, and everyone starts listening to the presentation. Well, but Mr. Lee was not paying attention to the presentation and was looking at you. Jungkook noticed this. At first, Jungkook did not say anything, but later, when he could not control himself, he asked to stop the meeting. What happened, Mr. Jungkook? Why did you stop the meeting? Jungkook stares at the man who asked this. The man gets scared after seeing Jungkook's dangerous eyes. The one you have your eyes on is my wife, so keep your eyes away from her. Otherwise, no one will find your dead body either. Jungkook threatens Mr. Lee in a threatening tone. You are shocked when you hear this from Jungkook because Jungkook never introduced you to anyone as his wife. At the same time, when everyone hears this, they are surprised and Mr. Lee feels sad because he truly loved you. Are both of you married? Mr. Lee asked because he thought he heard something wrong. Jungkook gets angry when he sees Mr. Lee asking. She is my wife and we have been married for 6 months. Saying this, he holds your hand and walks out of the meeting room. Jungkook takes you to the cabin and calls Daniel. You were still surprised at what Jungkook said, due to which you were not able to understand anything. Boss, may I come in? Come in. Boss, do you have any business with me? Break all our company's contracts with Mr. Lee. But why, boss? Hearing this from Daniel, Jungkook stares at Daniel. Sorry, boss. Make my wedding public, and yes, spread my wedding photo all over the social media. When Daniel hears this, he understands why he is saying this. Okay, boss. Saying this, he looks at you and walks out of the cabin. You came out of your thoughts when you heard this from Jungkook. Why did you ask to make our marriage public when we are going to get a divorce after 6 months? We are not getting a divorce. Jungkook speaks in a cold voice. But why? I don't feel the need to tell you this. Hearing this, you leave the cabin angrily. Jungkook did not try to stop you because he was so angry. When Jungkook comes into the room, he calls a maid after not finding you in the room. Where is madam? Sir, madam shifted all her stuff from here to the second floor in the evening. Now she is there. Okay, you go now. The maid leaves from there. After the maid leaves, Jungkook goes to the second floor. Jungkook comes into your room while you are drying your hair. What are you doing here? Why did you change room? Because we are going to get a divorce after 6 months. So I can't stay with you in your room anymore. Hearing this, Jungkook's eyes turn red with anger. I told you we are not getting a divorce, but I want a divorce from you. You speak in a stubborn tone. It was your decision to come into my life, but it's my decision to live or not. He holds your cheeks and says angrily. Jungkook's eyes looked full of obsession when he said this. Neither you love me nor you are letting me go away from your life. Why are you doing this to me? Tears were falling from your eyes while saying this. When Jungkook comes to the room at 12 o'clock in the night, he sees that you were not in the room, seeing which he gets upset. Then his eyes fall on the open balcony and he goes there. When he comes to the balcony, he sees you sleeping on the chair. You don't even realize when you fall into such a deep sleep while crying. I'm sorry, I've hurt you so much, but I will never hurt you again. He speaks while touching your cheeks. When you wake up, you find yourself in Jungkook's arms. Leave me. You try to free yourself from Jungkook's arms, but you could not, because Jungkook held you tightly. Leave me. Jungkook wakes up because you were repeated talking, and he gets angry when he sees you freeing yourself. Don't try, because you can't free yourself from me. He speaks in his cold voice. Leave me. I don't want to stay with you. Hearing this, Jungkook grips your waist tightly and pull you closer to him. Sorry, I know I have hurt you a lot, but I promise that I will never hurt you in the future. Would you like to start your new life with me? What happened? Do you really want to spend your whole life with me? Yes. I know I hurt you a lot, but I will love you so much that you will forget all the pain. Jungkook said, wiping your tears. What happened after that, Dad? After that, your dad kept his promise and loved me a lot. A smile appears on Jungkook's face after hearing you. It means when you love him but he does not love you back, but later falls hard for you when you decided to leave him? Yes, you said smilingly. But mom, I have a question. What kind of question? How can you forgive someone who has hurt you? I forgave him because I loved him and I could not live without him. And one more thing, if I had not given Jungkook a chance that day, I would not have been so happy today. You are right, mom. Dad, mom, can I write a book on your love story? Yes, why not? Jessie becomes happy hearing this and hugs her mom and dad. Jungsu and Arya were laying on their bed. Dad is very lucky to have a life partner like mom. Arya says while hugging Jungsu, I'm also very lucky because I found you. Give me a good title. If I like your title, I'll write FF according to your title.